The United States' unclear crypto policies have led businesses like Ripple to explore investing outside the nation. Brad Garlinghouse has claimed the Ripple CEO advised the U.S. to follow the U.K. and Singapore. How do you think this will affect the cryptocurrency and the U.S. economy? We will answer these questions in today's video. Since ChatGPT first appeared, the need for generative AI systems has been rising rapidly. Google's Bard, one of the newest contributions to the industry, is already being used to predict the future prices of other cryptocurrencies. In light of this, Feinbold consulted Bard in order to obtain insight into the complex dynamics of XRP's future pricing, particularly as of the end of 2023. Bard considered the whole scope of the Ripple v. United States Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) case, acknowledging the significant impact any result may have on the token's value. Furthermore, it mentioned, there is a substantial cloud over the XRP pricing because of the SEC case against Ripple Labs. It's difficult to foresee how much demand for XRP will grow if the litigation is settled in Ripple's favor. However, given the present state of the market and expert forecasts, a price of 58 cents for XRP is not out of the question. The Barnes singled out the completion of the SEC litigation, more acceptance by banks and financial institutions, and good press coverage as potential contributors to XRP's price gain in 2023. The outcome of Ripple's legal battle with the SEC might be reached shortly, and investors in the associated cryptocurrency are bidding up the price of the token in anticipation. On Tuesday morning, XRP surpassed the 50-cent threshold, hitting a new high not seen since April. Just before noon, the coin was up approximately 3.5 to roughly 49 cents. As Ripple's lawsuit with the SEC has heated up in recent days, there has been a corresponding uptick in interest in the cryptocurrency. Ripple and two officials, including CEO Brad Garlinghouse, were sued by the SEC in 2020 under Chairman Gary Gensler's leadership for allegedly selling $1.03 billion in unregistered securities in the form of XRP, which Ripple claims is not a security. Rather than reach a settlement with the SEC, like Kraken and BlockFi, Ripple decided to take the matter to court. As a result, the firm has won over proponents from all throughout the sector, including those who accuse Gensler and the SEC of engaging in regulation by enforcement. Although the two parties have been in court since last year, Garlinghouse said in an interview only last week that he anticipates a resolution to the matter in weeks, not months. After many weeks of failing to cross the 50-cent threshold, XRP surged roughly 80 during the previous week. Bitcoin was trading at $27,332 just before lunchtime on Tuesday, while Ethereum was up 0.35 to $1,903 at same time. CoinShares found that over $39 million left the 8 largest investment products that follow cryptocurrency last week. However, investment product XRP allocations rose by $100,000 in the most recent week and $3 million since January. As the litigation nears its finish, pro-XRP lawyer John Deaton predicts a 3 probability for the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission to prevail outright against Ripple. The CryptoLaw founder has defended Ripple against the SEC, which sued the business in December 2020 for selling its XRP. In a June 3 episode of the Good Morning Crypto podcast, Deaton predicted a 25% likelihood that U.S. District Judge Torres decides in Ripple's favor and a 50cc possibility of a splitting the baby verdict. Judge Torres may draw a line in the sand and find that XRP was sold as an unregistered security before 2018. However, the Heinemann documents internal SEC letters relating to former SEC Director William Heinemann's 2018 speech suggest that cryptocurrencies might become commodities if they become sufficiently decentralized. I think XRP will be deemed not a security, and that secondary market sales show comment. Even if a Judge Torres rules that Ripple violated the law, that doesn't apply to secondary market sales, Deaton said. Deaton noted that Judge Torres would likely rule on the SEC roller coaster litigation before Sept. 30, despite Ripple leaders including CEO Brad Garlinghouse expecting a speedy finish. Deaton highlighted District Judge's 6-month list to Congress. Summary judgments pending for more than 6 months are included. It is released on March 31 and September 30. 1 and September 30. After a favorable verdict, Deaton predicted Ripple's native XRP token's valuation. On May 22, Deaton told Cointelegraph that the Ripple community should watch June 13 to see whether XRP was discussed between SEC staff prior to the Heinemann speech. The Hyman documents may be unsealed on this day, which might change the case. Ripple may possibly IPO after the litigation. Ripple had a roadshow to entice underwriters and investors in a public offering, according to a June 2 tweet from Fox Business journalist Eleanor Terrett. As its legal fight with the SEC nears, Ripple may explore an IPO. In a May 31 interview with Digital Perspectives, Linda P. Jones, a 25-year Wall Street veteran, hinted to this possibility by analyzing the prospective effects of a Ripple IPO. Jones estimated Ripple's stock value. She calculated Ripple's $35 share price and $5.07 billion value using Linkto's newest statistics. Investors may buy Linkto shares before its IPO. Jones said that Linkto's value seemed cheap given Ripple's success and its large XRP holdings. Jones said that Ripple's 42 billion XRP tokens in escrow are worth $21 billion at 50 cents per token. She believes this valuation alone surpasses Ripple's current market value by 4 times, showing a substantial undervaluation and that Ripple's actual valuation may be much greater. The commentator speculated that Ripple's price may reach $107 billion, 20 times its present value, or $600 per share, like Coinbase's IPO. She believes that if the XRP case is successful and the token returns to $3.59, the escrow value might rise to $150 billion, raising Ripple's stock price. Given NVIDIA and Apple's achievements, she said Ripple may reach a $500 billion value. Ripple wants to go public. At a Davos conference in May 2022, CEO Brad Garlinghouse said Ripple might consider an IPO if the SEC litigation was resolved. He predicted the case will end in weeks. According to Fox Business reporter Eleanor Terrett, the blockchain startup had a successful private roadshow in April to meet with possible investors before its IPO. On Thursday, Terrett tweeted that several reputable Wall Street institutional investment companies attended the event, showing considerable interest in Ripple's offering. However, if Ripple wins the case, it may have major repercussions for the company and the cryptocurrency industry. It might also help the business go public, which could boost XRP to $10. After a final judgment in the continuing dispute, renowned Wall Street veteran Linda P. Jones gave her professional perspective on what a prospective Ripple public offering IPO may look like. In a recent video, Jones did some rough math to determine how much Ripple is worth. The current price of $35 per share, as reported by Linkto, gives Ripple a market cap of $5.07 billion. Linkto is notable because it facilitates pre-IPO stock purchases. Jones, however, pointed out that Linkto's estimate seemed abnormally low in light of Ripple's track record and large XRP holdings. Jones highlighted Ripple's massive XRP reserves, saying that at the current market cost of 50 cents per token, the value of the 42 billion XRP tokens held in escrow is $21 billion. At this price, Ripple is undervalued by a factor of 4 compared to its current market value. Jones used an analogy to the IPO of Coinbase, the biggest cryptocurrency exchange in the United States, to back up her claim. After going public, Coinbase's valuation skyrocketed from $86 billion to unprecedented levels, a result of the company's phenomenal growth. Jones hypothesized that if Ripple was valued at $86 billion, like Coinbase, and its $21 billion XRP assets were added in, the overall worth might reach an astounding $107 billion, nearly 20 times the present market value. Jones estimated a startling $150 billion worth for Ripple's escrowed XRP assets under a scenario where XRP regains its prior high value of $3.59. For Ripple's stock price to reflect this value, it would need to rise by a significant amount. Jones said that innovative businesses now valued at $1 trillion or more include NVIDIA, Apple, and Amazon. Jones said that Ripple might be worth as much as $500 billion because of its promise in future and partnerships with established companies. The analyst thinks it's a good idea to buy Ripple stock since it might climb in value by 20 times. At this point in time, it is worth 20 times as much as it does on Linkto. So she concluded, I think there can only be up from there. It's a great buy, a great investment. The CEO of Ripple has lately dropped indications about an impending IPO, as reported by the Crypto Basics. After the company wins its case against the SEC in court, the IPO may be discussed, according to rumors.